Hello and welcome to Taddy Brothers. I'm Adi. So I'm going to show you how to get your camera working on the internet. In other words, if your camera's at your home and you're in the office, you go to a certain website, the one that we're going to create free of charge, and you see what's going on in your home, or if you're at home, see what's going on in your office, out of town, at home, whatever you want to do. This is the most difficult part of an IP camera, but it's actually quite simple if you're walked through it with, let's say, a video. So that's what we've done. So our IP camera is working. You can see it right here. It's hooked up wirelessly, so it's just in the power, and it's in our kitchen at the office here. And this part you should already have done. We have another video to teach that. Very simple to do once you watch the video. And okay, so the first website is dyndns.com. Lovely people there allow us to do all this free of charge. So if you ever need anything from them, go ahead and buy it because they're awesome. So we're going to create an account, username, password, whatever. We've already created one, so we're going to log in. But you can create one too, again, free of charge, of course. And then you're going to hit Add Host Services. And then you're going to put in the host name, whatever you want it to be. We're going to make ours Taddy Brothers, and we're going to make it Taddy Brothers. We could pick anything. I'll do endoftheinternet.org because that's kind of funny. And the IP address, you have a little link down here. You click it and it'll fill it in. It's a kind of a private thing, so I'm going to hide mine. But you guys will see yours there. It's like 92.200.91.40, whatever. Just paste it in there. And at the bottom, I'm going to click Webcam and hit Add to Cart. And it's going to be $0, of course. Activate services at $0. I've made a few of them. End of the Internet is the last one we made. The one that we're going to use is just taddybrothers.mine.nu, but it makes no difference. All of these are the same. Okay, so let's log into the camera. And you should know how to do that. You just go to the 92.168.04. That's the camera. That's ours. Yours will be whatever yours is. It'll be a little bit different. Our username is just admin, no password. That's how it comes from the factory. You're going to probably have a password. Actually, this is kind of interesting. I said this was in the kitchen. If you take a look, it almost looks like there is a flashlight, but the kitchen is pitch dark right now. Pitch dark. And the night vision allows you to see everything. It almost looks like the camera has a flashlight, but it doesn't. It's the night vision lights. Okay, sorry to bother you with that. I just thought that was kind of neat. So if we hit Administrator, and we go Basic Network Settings, I've already filled this in, but it's going to look like that, where it'll have nothing. You're going to unclick this, and where are you going to get this information? Well, IP Camera Tool, right-click, Network Configuration. We're going to bring this over here. So this is the IP, Subnet, Gateway, DNS. This is a different IP, by the way, than the other one, so you don't get confused. Just copy the one out of here. So the IP, Subnet, Gateway, DNS, HTTP port 80. Hit Submit. It'll reboot your camera. We don't have to actually do that here right now because I've done that in order to make this video quicker. But basically, you just hit Submit. Then you go to the DNS service settings. Drop it down, pick the second one, dyndns.org. You put in your username. Ours is Taddy Brothers. Yours is whatever it is. Password, whatever password. This is the account information. DNS host. Well, that's pretty simple. taddybrothers.mine.nu, taddybrothers.endoftheinternet.org, whatever you want that website to be. You put it in the host right there, and then you hit Submit. Again, it'll reboot your camera. Once it reboots your camera, go back and see that it says DYN DNS succeed. There's no reason why it shouldn't succeed if it's on your network. Just make sure your username and password are correct and that your host name is correct. You don't need any of the HTTP stuff. Just whatever. Okay, so let's just assume you've gotten to this point. What do you do now? Well, there's one last thing you need to do. You need to log into your router. We're using a Netgear router, so our login is 92.168.0.1. If you have a different router, you can give us a call and we can help you log into it. It shouldn't be hard to log into your router. It's usually 192.168.0.1 or 192.168.1.1. There's a dot between each one, 192.168.1.1 or 0.1. And the username, the default is admin for username and password for password. If you've changed it, just use whatever you need to get in. So what are we doing here? Well, we're doing the final thing, port forwarding. That's the difficult one that nobody usually gets right, which we will now. It wants actually the password, so let's just put it in. And we go in here, and if you look right over here, I've created a port forward already. It is HTTP is the service name, the start port is 80, end port is 80, and the service IP address is the IP address of the camera, the 192.168.0.4. And then I hit add, and it rebooted my router. So you may not have something called port forwarding. It'll be called something forwarding, and then what you'd want to do under service name is, just pick HTTP. The IP address here is this IP address, the one in your camera tool, because this is basically your camera's address, the 192.168.0.4. So it's telling your camera, I'm opening up port 80 for you to broadcast out to the internet. And if you look over here at our device and you go to the DNS services, the basic network services, the HTTP port that's open is 80. So that's why it's 80 to 80, because 80 is the only port we need. This is other stuff, but for this, 80 is the only port we need. So that's why it is like that. And then you'd finally just go to this website, and you would go, let's just right there, and you click enter. Now it's not going to work. I'll just break it to you now. Why is it not going to work? Okay, this is another big misconception of people not thinking it works. The reason it doesn't work is simple. It will not work on your network. If you're in your home and you want to access your camera, you need to go to 192.168.0.4, enter, and then you'll get to this screen. Or, 5 or whatever is right here to get to that screen. If you are at another computer, however, in other words, the computer you're using, if you went to this website, tattybrothers.mine.nu, if you went to that website, you would get this screen, whereas I don't because I'm in my network. You'd click in admin, you'd click login at your screen over there, and you'd see my kitchen at the office, and you'd see our cat. But you're not going to see that right now because I'm probably going to have to delete this as soon as I'm done with this video. But what I wanted to explain was, don't feel like if the camera doesn't work, if it's not, if you're not logging, it's not working, that's fine. Don't worry about that. Just ask a friend or go to a different computer and try it out. Remember, once you have this set up and you've got the tattybrothers.mine.nu set up, or whatever you call it, you can use an iPhone to log in and you can test it that way. Just don't use your network at home, because if you're connected to your wireless network, you have the same problem. Just use the 3G, or go to your neighbor's house and just type in that website. And if you type in that website and you get this screen right here from a different computer, then you're good. You're golden and you're done. Of course, change your username and change your password to something that only you know. So if somebody somehow figures out this website, which you'll create, they'll never be able to get into your camera. Though most likely nobody will ever know because you're going to be the only person who will ever know about that site. Well, I thank you for watching. And again, if you have any questions, you could submit it to us through email or call us, anytime, and we're there to help you. This is the final part of getting your camera working. Once you have this done, basically the sky's the limit with these things. And they're rare because of this that I just showed you here. This is pretty difficult to do, and people pay IT techs hundreds of dollars to do this kind of stuff, whereas we'll do it for free and we'll help you on the phone. And if you don't have a router that's wireless, or you don't know how to log into your router, you give us a call. We'll help you. We can even help you buy a wireless router on Amazon for 30 bucks, connect it to your home, and then get yourself logged in there and make it all work out. We don't need to know your passwords or anything because we're just going to tech it over the phone for you. And that's what we're here for. So again, thank you for watching, and have a great day.